The next question we'll get to is, what is the best way to prep for case interviews? Jeremy, why don't you take this one?
Yes, so a couple big themes here that I want to highlight. So number one is that I think the best process for getting good at casing is to split the case up into its individual parts. So a case is actually a combination of sort of these different Lego or building blocks. For me, the big ones are you have to understand how to structure the initial case prompt out into a way of tackling it. You have to understand how to size markets. You have to understand how to read exhibits, how to calculate different sort of types of math questions. You have to understand how to brainstorm. You have to understand how to stitch all of the different segments of the case together. And so all of those are individual skills that I do recommend working on individually if you can. And the reason for that is because people will go through cases and cases and cases, but they're not actually getting targeted practice at any individual thing. And this is, for me, the best way to improve specific areas. And then once all of those pieces are there, you can put them together, and it actually doesn't take that long to become good at the casing as a whole. The second part of the answer I wanted to talk about here was who you should be casing with. So certain people will seek out coaching and work with just a coach. Other people will work with just friends. I think the best way is somewhere in the middle where you're working with somebody who can give you really skilled and precise and accurate feedback on your development areas and perhaps help you drill on certain things. And then also to just run reps and get lower stakes experience with friends or colleagues or other people recruiting. That's how I did it. I was in undergrad and I had a case buddy who I cased with almost every week. And I also ran cases with folks at my target companies who were kind enough to run them with me. I didn't have a formal coach, but they were my sort of informal coaches.
Thanks, Jeremy. And I think, Alberto, I think you kind of hinted at this earlier. You had a different approach, maybe not as many cases. Maybe you can expand upon, how did you make the most out of the prep you did do to be successful?
Very, very aligned with what Jeremy just mentioned here. First of all, start with the intrinsics. Now, when I passed the McKinsey interviews and I got the offer in the last interview, doing a few cases and then talking with I was a recruiter, interviewer at McKinsey, sorry. And I was helping people coming from my university, from my MBA school, and so on. And they were telling me, no, I've done 80 cases, so it would be okay if we do a mock interview to see what's my level and so on. And surprisingly, I found out that they were far, far, far away from what the recruiters, the interviewers were actually looking for. So it's not about quantity; it's about quality.